wanna know once again that gets the incredible rhyme animal, the uncannibal, the public enemy number one. 5, 4, 6, 3, and I got them. Can I do? Never had a gun, but it's the way that the Terminator is fun. Yeah, they got me in the cell, cause my records they sell, cause a brother like me said, well, found another prophet and I think you wanna listen to what he can say to you. What you ought to do is follow for now. Hell to the make a miracle, deep up the miracle. Back all in, we're gonna win, check it out. Yeah, y'all, come on. Here we go again. Turn it up. Bring the noise. Turn it up. Bring the noise. Never madder than back, cause the brother is madder than mad at the fact it's corrupt like a senator. Soul on the road, but you treat it like soap on a rope, cause the beats and the lines are so dope. Listen for lessons I'm saying inside music that the critics are blasting before. They'll never care for the brothers and sisters right across the country has us up for the war. We got to demonstrate. Come on now, they're gonna have to wait till we get it right. Radio stations are questioning their blackness, they call us a black, but we'll see them the greatest. Turn it up! Bring the noise! Turn it up! Bring the noise! Get from in front of me. The crowd runs to me. My DJ is warm. The X, I call him Norm, you know. He can cut a record from side to side. So with the ride, the glide should be much cheaper than a suicide. Soul control, beat is the father of your rock and roll. Music for which and you call a band. Making the music, but you can't do it, you know. You call them demos. But we ride demos too. What you gonna do? Rap is not afraid of you. Beat is for Sonny Moto. Beat is for your Moto. Run the MC for saying the DJ couldn't be a band. Stand on his own feet. Get you out your seat. Beat is for Eric B and LL as well. Hell. Wax is for Anthrax. Still like your rock bell. Ever forever. Universal and will sell. Time for me to exit. Terminator exit. Turn it up. Bring the noise. Turn it up. Bring the noise. Coast to coast, I used to feel like a comatose. Stand my man, the beats the same when I post those. Rock something's ass, it will last, why you ask? Roll with the rock star, you never get accepted as. We got to plead the fifth, we can't investigate. Don't need to wait, get the record straight. Hey, Monty in effect, got flavor, Terminator. Exercise checks, play to get paid. We got to check it out, that on the avenue. A magazine to do is dissing me and dissing you. Yeah, I'm telling you. Yo, I got like this here. Yo, Chucky, where are you?
You must die. I alone am best.
I hope you flip some kind of bird. He cuts you off and you're forced to swerve in front of the Beatles or bus, a bookmobile, and a man truck. Hauling hazardous biological waste. The light turns red, you have no brakes, and hard copy gets it all on tape, so you can't see the look on your face. Rock, 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 rock. Rock, 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 rock. I hope your pinto gets to spin. Takes out a disabled Vietnam veteran. Throws down a Nobel Peace Prize winner. And maybe some orphans having Christmas dinner. Perhaps even the British royal family. And the rabbi has seen the bottom that must be. And we can forget the newlyweds. And the series kids are as good as dead. I hope this helps to emphasize. I hope this helps to clarify. I hope you die. I hope your cellmate Ritzy Scott puts in and refer to him as Bowling Ball Bag Bob, serving time again for a piece of a corpse. Only this time the victim take my tail horse while he masturbates to photos of livestock. He does the silence of the lambs, it's the Christian rock. Each species and quotes from the deliverance and points of his imaginary playmates. Rock, rock. I hope he grins like Jack Nicholson and forces you to play a game called Balls on Chin. And whatever happens next is all a blur. But you remember this can be a verb. And when you finally regain consciousness, you're found and gagged in a wedding dress. And the prison guard looks the other way, cause he's the guy you put the bird the other day. I hope this helps to emphasize. I hope this helps to clarify. I hope you die. I hope you die.
You feel that? Ah, shit. Oh.
In my sea of lonely, broken your servant I am. Will you give it to me? It seems what's left of my human side, it's slowly changing in me. Will you give it to me? Looking at my own reflection, when suddenly it changes, violently it changes. Oh no, there is no turning back now. You've woken up the demon. The enemy! Get up, come on, get down with the sickness. Get up, come on, get down with the sickness. Get up, come on, get down with the sickness. Open up your hate and let everyone to make. Get up, come on, get down with the sickness. You must not get up, come on, get down with the sickness. You fucker, get up, come on, get down with the sickness. And this is the gift that has been given to me. I can see inside you, the sickness is rising. Don't try to deny what you feel. Will you give it to me? It seems that all that was good has died and is decaying in me. Will you give it to me? It seems you're having some trouble in dealing with these changes, living with these changes. Now the world is a scary place. Now that you've woken up the demon, the enemy. Get up, come on, get down with the sickness. Get up, come on, get down with the sickness. Get up, come on, get down with the sickness. Open up your hate and let it burn to me. Get up, come on, get down with the sickness. You mother, get up, come on, get down with the sickness. You fucker, get up, come on, get down with the sickness. And this is the gift that has been given to me. Every night dream. Every night dream. Every night dream. And when I say, no, mommy, don't do it again. Don't do it again. I'll be a good boy. I'll be a good boy. I promise. No, mommy, don't hit me. I never hit me like that, mommy. Don't do it. You're hurting me. I have to be such a bitch. Why don't you? Why you just fuck up and die? Why can't you just fuck up and die? Why can't you just leave me and die? Never stick your hand in my face, I can't bitch. Fuck you! I don't need this shit. You stupid, sadistic, abusive fucking whore. But you like to see how it feels, mommy? Here it comes, get ready to die! Oh, get up, come on, get down with the sickness. Get up, come on, get down with the sickness. Get up, come on, get down with the sickness. Open up your hate and then open the make. Get up, come on, get down with the sickness. Get up, come on, get down with the sickness. You fucking get up, come on, get down with the sickness. And this has now come up on me. Now what starts with the letter C? Cookie starts with C. Let's think of other
I'm giving you one, guys, by request, you pole smokers.
No sleep till. Kicking it live. No sleep till. Another plate, another train, another bottle in the brain, another gun, another fight, another job. Oh, man, it's just crazy. He always smokes dust. He's got his own room at the back of the bus. All around the world. He rock around the clock. Playing the hotel, girls on the job. Just don't tell like it's going out of style. Get paid on the way because it was your wild. Fool on the floor and rocks at the door. SDA's in the back because he's keeping with the whole. We gotta save Billy Trump with money in his stand. With guys in the front and Brooklyn's in the back. Why that's my ride? No sleep till. No sleep till Brooklyn. No sleep till Brooklyn. Ain't seen the lights, it started this bad MCA. You know the mic's my man. Born and bred in Brooklyn, the USA. They call me Adam, yeah, but I'm MCA. I like a lemon to a lime to a lemon. A super deaf air with all the fine women. In those arenas and TV shows, autograph pictures and classy hoes. Hoes, get out of my way. Tax little girls from here to LA. Break it up before I get to sleep, cause I've been rocking this party 8 days a week. No sleep till. No sleep till Brooklyn. No sleep till Brooklyn. No sleep till Brooklyn. No sleep till Brooklyn. Yeah. No sleep till Brooklyn. 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 No sleep till
I knew I should have put one more song in the kitty, but you know what? We're only 2 minutes out, so let's fucking go ahead and play that famous Scottish sailing song.
Well, I'll tell you what, things get better and better on YouTube. Raff Radio, what the fuck? And what the fuck is an appropriate title? Like, what the fuck? Because they don't know what the fuck.
Radio! Goddamn, this is the best fucking show in the Philippine YouTube community, and you came to the right place. Number one hate show.
Let's examine some of the characters we have on there. And of course, folks, this is just all in fun, of course. We got this guy called Popeye. Well, Popeye in the spinach can?
Look, 23 grand in a bar. Okay? You know, they're kind of equal in my book.
And we got Dave. Oh, Dave Phelps. Well, he takes this inhaler, you know.
Shut that fucking mic off. That must be the cheapest fucking mic I've ever heard in my life.
The philosopher, the psychologist, the political analyst. Raff Radio, what the fuck? Maybe I'll meet you on the bridge sometime and I'll buy you a Slurpee. Raff Radio, what the fuck? 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 Raff Radio, what the fuck?
And we start on time tonight, and you actually got the fucking theme song. Guests, unmute yourselves. You have to unmute yourselves. I had to mute you because there was a bunch of background noise. Welcome one, welcome all to the biggest show in Philippine live streams. Number one, not the other show, our show. Number one on the charts. We don't have to go 8 days to get our point across. We can do 2 hours, 1 day a week, and get the motherfucking point across without all this other bullshit. So how's everybody doing tonight?
I'm good. Thank you very much.
Excellent.
Doing
When
good.
somebody
Dave.
can do live streams, for 8 days in a row and live streams all day and threatening people, I think that person could also work. That person is a disability fraudster. That person could use that energy and do something with that energy, something that would help him to improve his life and also improve the life of his children. But he chose not to, like a couple of other guys. My week was okay. How about you guys?
I was fabulous. I can't really complain. I stay busy. I saw somebody over in the other chat that was saying, name one expat that doesn't have tons of free time on their hand. Me, not me. Ain't got no fucking time, man. I got done just in time working with my wife to get some stuff done to start doing the playlist for the show and getting the music on here. Guests, please, you have to manually unmute yourself. I had to mute you. I can't unmute you. So when you go into the Hangouts, click on your icon and click the unmute. Popeye.
Oh, good morning, one and all, to all the losers in the fucking chat, to all the guys who have Tic Tacs between their legs. Greetings and salutations. God bless you all. And you can eat the spinach out of my shit, okay, seeing how you're all tired of fucking corn. And to touch on this guy just a little bit, I don't think he's ever going to be able to take care of his children, Aloe. This dude has, let's see, Judgment 1, Lien 1, $2,044. Yeah. That was filed 05/17/2010. Judgment 2, let's see. Yeah, definitely. Judgment 2, he owes a lot of money, man. And Judgment 2 was filed 04/19/2010, $583. And Judgment 3, let's see, amount $1,227, filed 04/15. These are all in courts in Alabama. He owes a lot of money here and there. He has a warrant out for his arrest. He's really just a piece of shit who owes a lot of money. Everything he's saying on his live stream, he's breeding hate for himself. I mean, a guy that comes out and says he beat the shit out of his wife and then says now it's a ploy. What do you do with that? I really don't know. It's sad. It's very sad, you know. And this guy owes a lot of money. Everybody's trying to help him out. I think at first everybody was trying to say, hey, let's help him out. Maybe he's going to straighten up. But he goes down the same path time and time again. And he got a little upset because I guess Big Kevin got a strike on his channel. Well, look, if you get a strike on your channel, it's because you don't know how to run your channel. And there are people out there that hate you, Bama. And that's what they're going to do. Don't blame it on Riff Raff Radio. Don't blame it on Dave. Don't blame it on me. Don't blame it on Aloe.
Did he blame it on me?
He blamed it on all of us. He said he was going to come on Riff Raff Radio, send him the link in the email, and
he can't come on here. He's got his own run. He got to reach 8 days if he's popular. By the way, you better not be streaming our show over there either to get yourself the views, because that's just shitty, pissy, fucky behavior. It really is.
And he said he wanted the link, come on Riff Raff Radio, and he was going to tell us what's what. He knows better than anybody else. And I just fucking giggled like a fucking schoolgirl when I heard him, man. I was like, fuck, dude. And he had Kevin on the phone, and Kevin was crying like a little girl. Yeah, they got me again. I don't know what I did wrong. Well, when you're from Crank Yankers, shit like that happens. And if you don't think for one fucking New York minute that this guy, Big Kevin, no bullshit, is so full of shit, and you're not thinking straight. This guy is one passive, aggressive little motherfucker who does shitty things behind the scenes. And, you get what you deserve. If you put the shit out there, you call Riff Raff Radio haters. But the only thing we do is comment on what's going on. And we give our honest, unvarnished opinion. And our opinions differ. My opinions differ from Dave. Dave differs from Aloe, and so on and so forth. And if you don't understand that, then you're lost in the sauce, and you never will. And you'll never understand why we get the views, why we are number one. You just won't understand it. We're the best, and that's it. And little fucking scumbags like you eat dog shit, right? I'll just put it right out there, all right? That's all I got to say about that.
Actually, our opinions are starting to merge based on the dirty practices of people that are doing them. For example, threatening to dox people, put people's pictures out there and stuff. That's just fucking pig, ignorant fucking behavior. And I fear that they've been emboldened by some of that stuff. And I don't know. It kind of annoys me that they think that that's acceptable behavior in the world. Isn't it very smart, and it could get you in a lot of trouble.
Mm-hmm. Yep, 100%. It'll get you in trouble. And he sure as shit didn't like it when it was done to him, did he? He went dancing around his front yard, jiggling his gait, yelling, screaming. I mean, dude, I thought he was going to have an epileptic fit, man. It was fucking hilarious. What'd you think of that, Aloe?
Absolutely. I mean, I'm not really watching his stuff anymore. All I heard is that he is attempting to do a world record, and I told the guys over on Discord, it will not be accepted as a record when you don't always talk on the live stream, because what he is doing is he is walking away, he is eating something, he's probably also sleeping, he'll be sleeping in the next few days, just holding a cam on a chair and talking into the cam every now and then will not get you that world record. But there is a little bit of a pattern here. Many people who are insignificant, irrelevant, have never ever achieved something in their life, think that when they do something like this Guinness Book World Record attempt by him, it might somehow give them some sort of significance. It's a little bit of a psychological background there of this person. That's probably the only thing that he is thinking of right now. But let me tell you this. Let me explain a few things. Because I have always heard in the last few days and weeks that Alo, you should come over. By the way, my name is Olaf. By the just to put that out there. I just want to tell you that I was always invited. Hey, come over. You're in Minganilia. You're in Cebu right now. And when I didn't respond to that, the threats came. Alo would never say that to my face. If I would see Alo, he would be running like running away like a little girl. And since we have like 70 plus people right now, right here listening to this is the message of the day that I got for you. You guys have to understand one thing. I am not here to convince anyone that I am a good guy. I am not here to convince anyone that I am a man of honor, because I am not a man of honor. When Bama said that I would never say that to his face, then he is absolutely right about that. Let me explain you what I would do. If it reaches that point where there is no return, and when they really want to do what they always said they would do, that is actually threatening me and others, my family. They said, we will find you, Alo. We will come to your place. We will attack you, physically attack you. I just listened to the Quentong Baliu's version where Jay came on and threatened me several times. And a couple of days earlier, he also said, since he was very upset about that Minganilia vlog on my channel, he said, you know what, we will come to your place to Alo and we will do that vlog. And I tell you this, the difference between you, the guys in Cebu, and me is, you might think that you can just walk up to me and do something. As I said, I am a man of no honor. What does that mean? One day, you might just walk out of a Jollibee or a 7-Eleven getting your beer, and some random Filipino guy walks up to you and says, hey, sir, are you in YouTube? Can I take a picture? Can I take a selfie? And then one of these guys would say, yeah, bro, not a problem. Absolutely not a problem. What happens then is that 5 or 6 guys with a stun gun, with the iron bar, with a baseball bat behind one of these guys will show up and beat the shit out of him. And when this piece of shit lies on the floor, bleeding out of his piece of shit mouth, a guy out of that group comes really close to him, so close that the tip of his nose touches his face and whispers into his ear, nice to meet you, Bama. My name is Alo. That's the type I am. And when you call that coward, yes, I am. That's how I do things. If you want to fight like this, bring it on. I'll pull a fucking Anikov on you. I pull a fucking Phil Prince on you. That's how we do things over here in this country. And that is what you should really, really understand. There is no fucking fight in an alley somewhere in Davao or come to Minganilia, come to our house, thing like that. Be careful what you do, because I dare you right here, right now, because that's what you said. We will find you, Alo. We know where you are. You read out the address. Alo's real name is Olaf. Right? That's what you said. Bring it on. Just do it. Just do it. Just do it. That's all I got to say. That's all I got to say, because that's what you did. You went out there and said, because I'm not the guy who will come after you. And everybody who is running their mouth in the chat and over there said, Alo said he would do this, he would do that. You won't see me coming. Again, I am not the guy who will fight fair. I will not face you face to face, and I will also not show up alone. I am not in this to prove that I am a strong guy. I am not in this to be a guy who has honor or something like that, or to has to prove who is the better man. No, I'm in this to win at all costs. And if that means that you lie on the floor, bleeding out of your mouth, your half of your fucking skull is just gone, then so be it. Pieces of shit, low life.
Well, Aloe, Jay said that when he was at his girlfriend's barangay, his girlfriend's ex-boyfriend came out with a gun, and he was like acting really badass. I said, "Yeah, come on." He goes, "He's not afraid of getting shot." Well, you know what? If you did that to me, you confront me, and I have a gun in my hand, and you told me, "Come on, shoot me. I'm not afraid to die." I'll shoot you. Okay, you want to die? Fine. Bam. What a stupid ass, man. Getting with the locals and trying to be badass. You're a freaking midget,
You know, there's
man.
a pattern here. There's a pattern here, Roberto. I'm sorry that I interrupt you here, because I actually because you talk about Jay, the Bogan. I actually called him last Thursday it was, and he picked up. I sent him the criminal record that some of our guys found, and he was yelling into the mic, and he said, "I don't care what you found on me. If you would search in the Northern Territories criminal records registry or something like that, you will find that I have like 20 plus entries," he said. "And you don't need to look for it, just ask me, Aloe." And then I asked Jay, "So what is that all about? Why do you have these criminal records?" And he said he got these for assault. So this is a man with a low self-confidence, you know the type of guy he is, and he's kind of like threatening everybody. "I will find you, I will hurt you, I will attack you," and so on and so forth. We have these kinds of people all over the Philippines. We have these kind of people who think that they can run the show the way they want. And then when you read in the newspaper that the foreigner got shot, got killed, got stabbed, then it's usually these types of people. Give me an example. You can all Google this. A couple of years ago, there was a guy, a Swiss guy. He was living in Pampanga. And the Swiss guy felt that the guys out there who were playing basketball, they should shut down, lower their voice a bit. They should not play basketball until late in the evening. And what he did is he went out, he told them in a rather rude way. What happened is you got stabbed, killed, never found. The murderer was never found. Other issue in Mindanao, 2 Swiss guys retired, went down there, killed. Another issue, Alexander Reich, a guy who was, and the Alexander Reich case, by the way, is a case very famous. The guy was found like 3 or 4 months in a fucking warehouse where he was like stabbed to death, and they couldn't do anything about it. And it's usually people who sometimes think that they are still in Alabama, still in Cairns, and try to give us this "don't touch me, I'm stronger than you" attitude. I have this gangster attitude, and they go out there, and then until something bad happens, And again, they do not know with whom they are fucking with. I'm not saying that I am stronger than them. I am not saying that I will go there and say, "You know what, we will go to an MMA, mixed martial arts gym, and then a bare knuckle and shit like that." If you cross the line, if you come to my place as you said you would, and you threaten me in my own place, I will kill you. That's the message of the day. And I will probably get away with it. I have done many things in my past that you don't even know about. You pieces of shit, do not intimidate me. You pieces of shit. You fucking tourists out there in Minganilla who think that you are some sort of badass gangsters or something like that. You do not intimidate me. So why dare you? You have the addresses. You come to the place where you just said that you would to, because you swear you have sworn it in the name of your father. At the grave of your father, on the grave of your father, that these are your words. We have the soundbites. It's all out there. And you come in there and you threaten me and my family, I will fucking kill you. I will fucking kill you.
You know, Aloe, I don't think you should go nose to nose with him after he's on the ground because I wouldn't want to see you get pink eye, okay? All right. Just just a safety warning there, all right?
Just so where were we going, Roberto? I didn't catch what you were saying.
Well, anyway, basically on the fence on this. I got a couple new fights here. One of them is with Frank, and I have lots of information to tell you about him. So, hang on a second. I'm in the middle of trying to get my smoker ready to come. I'm smoking some ribs this afternoon.
Nice.
So let me get back to you guys.
Okay. We got other guests on the show too, guys. Who else we got on here?
Hey, what's up, Dave? Hey, what's up, Riff Raff? Thank you guys for having me on your show.
Anytime.
Yeah, talking about the toothless deadbeat, man. Yeah, man. What was a few days back? He actually threatened my life, also, man. It's it's never ending with that fucking guy. He's a guy who's never fucking accomplished nothing in his fucking life, and he's just mad. He's just mad at that. I mean, that his life has ended the way it has. I mean, I don't understand. I don't. You know what amazes me is these people who actually fucking donate to him. I want to know who these guys are, man. Because to think that guy is a good stand-up guy to donate money to is fucking boggles my fucking mind, man.
What, did everybody suddenly get mic shy? What's the matter? Did Val Yoda stick his little wee-wee in your face? Is that what fucking happened?
I just wanted to claw my fucking eyeballs out when I saw that.
Oh, okay.
I was just going over to Bama's channel and saw that they are talking about that already, and a couple of pieces of shit in the live chat running their mouth, But those people are totally irrelevant because they don't even have the fucking balls to get on the live stream and tell us what they really want to say. So that's just that, There's just the usual fraction of pieces of shit. It's the same guy like the last time when I was on Bama's chat. There's a guy called himself James K, and by now I figured out who that was. That was a guy who lives in a shoebox in Chicago. It's very easy to figure it out what kind of guy it was. The sad thing is that his grandparents didn't get to meet the Turks when the Turks tried to show the Armenians in their genocide, so they left out the forefathers of that piece of shit. So now we have to deal with it and probably need to finish what the Turks have begun in their very nice and good action. Some call it genocide. I just call it cleansing. That's the right word for it. But again, there's leftover. It's a little bit like when you shit in the toilet and you don't really clean it that well. There's always this clusters of shit that's just still there in the bowl, and that's probably what these kind of person is. So really feel, yeah, that's just how it is, And then all these pieces of shit to think that they can just come over here and run their mouth and then threaten people like my family and my wife and my kid. You bring it on, because Bama said, this is also what he said. He said his friend there, whose father is about soon to die, and you just wait for that vlog to come out, you piece of shit, because I will fucking celebrate when I know that your father just passed away. There's one Stillman less in this world, one Jewish Australian piece of shit like you less in the world, and that's a reason for me to celebrate, you fucking asshole. Piece of shit fucking asshole. And now that we are just at it, I just tell you this. Do what you said that you would do. Do what you said that you would do. Find Olaf. Get back to that live stream that you read out loud, and now you don't have the balls to do it. And you know what, Bama? You said that when somebody says something about your family, you would fucking kill them. You know what? I shit on your piece of shit grandfather. I shit on him and everybody you respect in your fucking piece of shit, low life hillbilly family. I would dig out his fucking grave and then take him out of his fucking coffin and fuck him in his shit hole ass mouth and use his fucking skull as a fucking ashtray bomb. I shit on your grandfather that you respect so much, that fucking lady boy. Do you hear me? Play that on your fucking show again and again and again. I shit on your piece of shit child molesting grandfather. Do you hear that? Piece of shit.
Hey, Alo, I have a question. Weren't they sleeping in the same bedroom together, him and Jay?
They suck each other's cock all day, you know. And then the other guy is not better at all, you know. The other guy is like super assaults and doesn't pay for his child support, and you know, is a piece of shit criminal. And you take these fucking sound bites and run to the cops and run to the police and run to all your friends and run to all your subs, and then I play my fucking sound bites where you threaten me the same time when I was on the fucking panel and told me that you would just fucking kill me and all that kind of shit. And then you'll see what happens. You are far away from Alabama. You are far away from Cairns. You fucking climb over my fence. You think what you just try to imagine what would fucking happen when I see your ugly fucking mug coming over my fucking fence.
I want to know, how does one become a Mexican Jew? I mean, explain that. Right? That's the elephant in the room, man. Elephant in the room.
I'm Hispanic, but back in the day, man, my homies, man, my friends from back in the day, they used to always call me a Jew because I was always stingy with my money, and I never, you know, my money. So they always used to tell me, oh, you know, Mike, he's acting like a fucking Jew. So that's kind of, you know, where I came, you know, we got it from.
Oh, so you're the original Cheap Charlie then?
Yeah, you can say that, man.
All right, cool beans. I just had to ask that. Mexican Jew. I mean, because I mean, dude, you're on a panel with Aloe, for Christ's sake. You've seen the blog I did of him, right? You know, Mr. Rogers himself with Hi Hitler and all that good shit. I was like, I said, okay, this guy's got balls coming on here with Aloe, man, the original Hitler and shit. All right, who's getting arrested?
Oh man, what is that?
Who the fuck is getting arrested, man?
Roberto is on the run.
Was that a soundbite from Manganilia?
Fucking tourists think that they are some sort of gangsters. Oh, everybody there is a fucking joke, you know. It's like one guy claims he makes tons of money, lives in a fucking shack, and the other guy thinks he is the father of the year and dares to give us parental advice, you know, coming from a guy who has not seen his kids for years and beat up his wife and treats people like shit around here. So I don't really know. The reason why Mexican Jew, ladies and gentlemen, the reason why Mexican Jew is on the panel today is because I invited him to come on the panel on the Riff Raff Radio, because when I see somebody who has really talent, who is skilled, of course I would say, hey, we see that you say it like it is, and we will be glad to have you on the show, and that's the reason why the Mexican Jew is here today.
Yeah, you know, touch on that, man. Talking about deadbeats, he actually had the gall to say that he would want his daughter, that he was going to support his daughter going to college over there, man.
Yeah, I caught that. I caught that. That was fucking comedy at its best, man.
I'm like,
saying he's going to bring his daughter over there and put her in college and she could become a nurse. I mean, these guys. He would
e-beg her tuition.
Yeah, these guys with their dreams, they're going to build the PIGTOW tower. They're going to send the long lost daughter to college. I mean, wow, I can hardly wait for all this shit to develop, man.
Just thought of GoFundMe for her. Not a penny will come out of his pocket. A piece of crap.
Really?
And that
You know,
hillbilly
before you
hobgoblin, yeah, he don't respect
before you
nobody.
fucking before you fucking talk about building an apartment, you should pay your fucking child support first, and your visa fee, and your teeth, and get yourself a notebook and a mouse, and that silly headset of yours, that fucking Fisher Price headset that he got, and all that. Man, he's a fucking clown. He's a fucking clown. The guy is a fucking clown. And you know the story about him putting on the Joker as his new avatar? The Joker is a cool guy. Bama, you are not a Joker. You are a joke, my friend. You are a fucking joke.
Yeah, I saw that Fisher Price headset, man. I was like, fuck, man, that shit costs like what, a couple dollars?
Was that a Kmart special? $9.99.
Oh man.
Aisle two, blue light special, man. Jesus Christ. So, yeah, he owes close to what? $4,000 child support. And who knows how much further it's risen. Okay. And I hope you've all seen Competition 4. I released it just before the show. I think you're really going to enjoy it. It does a little bit on Says Style, does a little bit on Bama, does a little bit on Big Kevin No Bullshit. Now, I was watching a little bit of this marathon live stream, and that's when he come out and he had Kevin on the phone, and they got me again, Jesus Christ, and he's feigning. You can tell he's feigning interest that poor Kevin got a strike, and we're all pieces of shit, and he's actually blaming Riff Raff Radio, okay? And dude, I do not have time to strike videos. I do not have time to put porn up on people's videos. Exactly. That's how I feel about it.
Who are we talking about? Who?
Who
Who are we talking about?
Big Kevin,
Like I said, who?
Yeah, okay, fine. Yeah, the Donut Meister.
No one at all. That doesn't even compute with me. Big who? What? No, there's no such animal, man. It doesn't exist. It's not even in the top 20. We got John Doe on the show now. What do you think about all this? As if I have to ask.
Oh my God!
Hold
on, people.
Yeah, no, I just wanted to thank you for the invite. Not sure why you invited me, but
I like you. That's why.
Yeah, I know everybody does. But yeah, I came on. I was excited to see the link because I was expected to see the Hillbilly Hobgoblin and maybe Jada Hobbit. I thought they were going to join in this Saturday. Yeah, I had a few things I wanted to say to them.
Well, see, I was gonna let him in, but some trolls kept coming in Discord and getting mad because I said I might not. Come on, what do you have to lose? Come on, that's the only reason I watch this. I'm like, I don't really give a shit what a troll watches. I really don't care. Now, just because you said that, you have to go bye-bye, and I'm not gonna put them on here. And then they started going, come on, Bama's pissed, he can't come on the show. I'm like, I don't care. I don't like people that dox people. I think that's shitty. But I don't know. It's up to the guys, man. No, you can't come into Valiota. You're on timeout for a week, you dick.
Put your Tic Tac away, man.
That's it. I don't want to be up until 2 or 3 in the morning trying to blur out that little thing. It's so small. I had to actually shrink the blur.
Did you
rumor has it that Jada Hobbit is going to save on a burial site because instead of burying him horizontally, because he's only 3 feet tall, they're going to just do a vertical grave. So it's going to save a lot of space.
Oh shit!
They're just fucking bury him in a fucking Coke can.
Oh, Jesus H. Christ. John, man. I bet when you have coitus with a Filipino, you roll off her, and then you critique everything wrong she did, don't you? Huh?
Critique her performance.
Yeah.
Well, what's wrong with that? It makes her perform better. Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, point proven. Thank you, John.
Yeah, but I wish that the hillbilly hobgoblin would have popped on here. I had a few things I wanted to say to that toothless, low-life scumbag of a human being.
Do you guys want him on here? Yes or no? Tell me now. I'm talking to the panel right now. Do you really want him on here? Because I can put him on here. I've got his email. I just
bring that scumbag on here.
Yeah, put him on. Put him on.
You love to rip him a new a-hole.
Okay.
Yeah, bring him on.
What's up, ladies?
Does
Hey,
anybody,
Will, how are you?
I don't want to, about my age, but anybody remember Jerry Mahoney?
You mean the detective?
Puppet. The puppet. It was a puppet. Jerry Mahoney puppet. All right. So if you can find a picture of that, you'll see a picture.
Will, Jesus Christ.
What's up?
Yeah, what's going on?
Hey,
in the
What are you
background?
doing there? What is there, some man love going on over there or something?
Working as dishwasher Chico now.
I'm at the cafe. I guess I'm making a smoothie.
You guess? Okay.
I looked for crust pizza, but I couldn't find any pizza to go.
But that
Wait until the
toothless
funeral
scumbag
for
is
the
not-
pizza.
It's not going to come on. That toothless scumbag won't come on.
Yeah, did you ever order that pizza? Aloe?
I'm still thinking, because if it's just a small funeral, I probably not even show up, because that Coke can funeral doesn't really interest me. I would just send him something like a Jollibee gift certificate or something like that.
What?
Send a pizza. Hey. Well, that's unique. Send a pizza to someone's funeral instead of flowers.
Send them a bottle of Thunderdor.
Hey, for Jay, man, I don't understand, man. This guy said he's made, almost close to, $40,000-$50,000 in Bitcoin apparently, but yet he lives in Minganelia the way he does, man. I don't get that, man.
Well, Bitcoin's dropped to $6,000. I mean, come on.
No, but he said he's made a ton of money. He said he's made like four.
I'm sure that was in December when it was at 20,000. His little cloud contracts are probably worthless now.
Yeah, but he lives in that shoebox over there in Minganelia, man.
Well, yeah, of course. No, is it Manila?
No, Minganelia.
Oh, okay, yeah.
It's a big difference between Minganelia and Manila, Wally. Okay.
What do I know? What do I know?
Dude, we're talking here about the Minganelia mongoloid, okay? The Minganelia mongoloid.
Well, I thought you were talking about the. You're talking about the white trash that hangs out there.
Oh,
holy
fuck.
shit, dude! Riff Raff Radio just got blocked by some gay lover of Bama, Red Sniper or whatever, because being a Red Sniper is ethnic. Yeah.
Yeah. That guy and the other guy, Thunder GT and Red Sniper and all the other guys are over there who think that the only reason why we do is because we are jealous, because you know what thing is this. It doesn't matter what you do on YouTube. What matters is what you do in real life. And everybody here has teeth, a car, a house, and a good life, believe it or not. And your piece of shit idol over there doesn't have any of that. He relies on your donations. You are supporting a guy who is a criminal, and the other guy is also a criminal. He actually admitted it. So these are the type of people that you support and continue to support. Just do that, but don't tell us that we are jealous because you get lousy 26, 25 people watching right now while you are on that show of that heavyweight. We got 80 plus people right now. So the numbers don't lie. Don't tell us that you are number one. You are not number one. You are a loser. That's what you are. And you would be very, very, when your grandfather would be still alive, Bama, he would be very disappointed to look at the person who has no teeth and who is begging and who is trying to steal money from people and is misleading them because he can't fix his life and everything in it. You are a fucking loser. That's what you are. That's what you are.
So, would you say that the people that are holding wrenches over there are living vicariously through their leader?
That's affirmative. Yeah.
Yeah, they even stick around.
Why you guys so hard?
When he falls asleep.
Why are you guys so hard on him? I don't understand why you're so hard on him. I mean, just what the hell? Let them do their thing.
Because that's what we do for a living, Wally.
This is our job.
Someone made a comment about him, and he went out and doxed a couple of people. That's why.
Well, yeah.
And told his.
Like, it isn't
told
easy.
his. It doesn't matter. It's still wrong.
Of course it is. Of course it is. But it's like Peter. You're drawing attention to him. Now people are going to his channel to listen to him. Smoke. Fucking smoke 5 hours straight.
It's not even in the same ballpark. Come on now. You know why Peter was pushed around. It's not even in the same ballpark. Yes, he got attention, but he couldn't handle the attention he got.
Yeah. I know people go watch Barry. All he does is smoke. All him and Jay do is smoke for 3 hours and talk shit. Did anything intelligible come out of their mouth?
You're asking me? I don't know. He said you kicked him off. Hold on. Somebody blocked him on here. I gotta open up the community settings and unban him because somebody banned him from the channel.
Ban who, Bama?
Yes.
I know I can't go on his channel. I know I'm banned from him, so he may have me banned.
I'm banned too from his channel.
Yeah, me too.
I don't even bother. I don't even bother, guys. How you got time to listen to his stuff? It just puts me to sleep or makes me gag. One of the two.
It's the American dream. Don't you agree to that, Wally?
American dream? I don't think so. American night, American nightmare. So
I'm not showing him banned on here. He may have had a temporary timeout, but he's not banned.
Oh, can we give him like a meme with a yellow star or something?
I would love to do that. I would love to do that, and let him take a shower.
Hey, talking about that, he was on that other live stream, and he wears the same fucking white shirt all the time. It looks so fucking dirty, man.
Well, duh. Duh.
How many pieces of clothes does the guy have?
Well, he was homeless till he came to the Philippines. I mean, his early videos show him going through bus stations, living out of a bus station toilet.
But how?
And then he got on.
How is that if he was making $1,500 a month on SSD, supposedly?
He wasn't. He was getting 400. He said.
No,
$1,500 my ass.
Wait a second. Who just joined the panel? Who just joined the panel here? I saw somebody just joined the panel, Valdi Beldavino or something like that. Who is that?
I don't know. You got 3 seconds to talk, though, or you're leaving.
Get him off there.
He was getting 1,500 peso. He wouldn't get $1,500.
No, he said that before he came to the Philippines, he used to get $1,500 a month in the U.S.
It's impossible. If you look at the scales, it's impossible. He never worked more than a few years in his life. He got SSD. He probably got disabled for a while, but he had disability for a while.
He got SSI and SSD at the same time while in the U.S.
Yeah.
You're not supposed to do that. So yeah, but he's not in the U.S. anymore, so he's not getting that.
Oh yeah. Oh no, of course not.
And he probably hasn't recertified.
SSI, but he is getting the SSD.
Yeah, but he needs to recertify, and he can't even get back to get recertified.
Yeah, it'll be running out soon.
Oh, you know what? The cocksucker just gave out the link to somebody else. That's all. This is how he handles things. He knew he couldn't come on here. He was running his mouth about how he wanted to come on here and confront people and stuff and show people pictures of people and locations and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? That's all he's got. You're pissing me off, Bama. You're pissing me off now.
That's
Tell him to
spineless.
get a coupon.
He
Just
was
tell him to
never
get Jay to give us coupons for pizza. I want free pizza.
I'd love for that guy to come to my house, man. I'd love for that.
Free pizza.
Dave, what's he doing? What's Bama doing?
He must have handed out the link to somebody else because I didn't. The only person I gave the link to was to him, and it seems like, he was demanding to come on earlier, but apparently he doesn't really want to come on.
Fuck
What do you
no,
want,
he's a
what do you
chicken
want to talk
shit.
about? Is being a deadbeat dad?
Yeah, because he has to formulate it. Because he has to formulate a thought. That's kind of hard when your brain is spaced out all the time.
Now, Roberto, all those judgments I read out, those are for child support. Am I not correct?
Yeah, that's what I heard from my source.
What judge?
Knows more.
What judgments?
Yes.
You guys got to catch me up. I'm behind.
All right, he has 3 different judgments that I read out, and close to 4 grand in judgments, all different dates. His ass was hauled into court and ordered to pay, and of course they're unpaid. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's
child support?
Filing for those judgments because maybe he wasn't paying child support then, and she was sick and tired of it, so she was for some money out of him, And
That's why he's hiding in the Philippines.
Yeah.
It's easy.
You can't enforce.
It's easy for him to be a deadbeat scumbag in the Philippines.
You can't enforce child support laws in the Philippines. That's the problem. So they hide out there. A lot of them hide out there, and then they go somewhere else if anybody gets close to them.
So his next stop should be Cambodia or Vietnam with all the other losers. Am I not correct?
Thailand, or whatever. Now, the State Department is talking about that you can't get your passport renewed if you don't pay your child support, if there's an open standing order, but I don't know if that's ever been pushed through or not. I know they got it for taxes. If you don't file tax, they're talking about there's an open thing for tax returns. If you don't file your taxes, they won't renew your passport.
No, I mean the what you just said earlier about the child support, because a guy like him would never be able to get a passport. The rumor has it that he moved to another state to get his passport so he could leave.
But passports are handled by this. No, states are handled by the State Department. They're not handled by the states. So he got a passport, but when he goes to renewal, I mean, it's good for 10 years, but when he goes for renewal, they'll look in his record, and if he owes taxes or child support, he won't get a new passport. They'll send him home.
Funny
thing
is, please go ahead, Will.
Or he'll be there on an expired passport, which a lot of them are. They're on their expired passports.
He said on one of his live streams that his flight out of the Philippines is already paid and booked and everything is ready. But when somebody asks, so where are you going? He doesn't really answer it. And then he says something like, I need to reach U.S. soil, in this case, Guam, to do the visa run, which is also a total BS.
Didn't he have a fundraiser last year and he needed $600 to get out of the country? And then he showed up in Manila, hanging out with somebody in the ghetto.
Yeah, and he pocketed the money.
Yeah.
Drinking, smoking.
He's a scumbag.
Living with some single mom with 3 kids, giving her false hope, and then back somewhere else.
And then with the handicap.
That's what he does.
Yeah, especially like with the one now with a more. Same
Hey.
handicap child. And
I want to jump in here real quick. Apparently, if he's got people on the panel blocked, he can't come in here. So here's the deal. Unblock whoever you have blocked on the panel, Bama, and then you can come in here and you can say your piece and you can talk to these guys. All you got to do is unblock them temporarily and you can reblock them again when you're done. I imagine he's got Mexican Jew blocked because he saw a Mexican Jew smile and he got scared.
The Joker doesn't get scared.
Come on, hillbilly, unblock the people, you piece of crap.
You're probably the other one. He's got blocks.
So, Allo, did you really get doxxed? Somebody figured out who you were and doxed you?
He read it out loud on one of his live streams. Somebody must have sent him a message, and then he said, "Okay, we know where you are. This is your name, and we will come for you." And Jay was all fired up and said, "We know this and that, and we'll see you soon. We will also do a blog about you and where you live." And I was also listening to the live stream with Dave Quentong Baliu a couple of days earlier, really good one. And several times on that live stream, he threatened to kill me. He threatened to, attack me, physically attack me after he called on his subs, 4,000 plus subs, to harass my wife and child, among other things, and all kinds of threats were made.
Well,
And,
you have a Filipino passport. I mean, you can get his ass locked up in the prison there. Why don't you do it?
They say it's not true. They say it's not true. They say it's not true.
Yes,
and
you got it recorded. You got witnesses.
Yeah, but that's what they say. That's what they say. They are not there. They want to do this. They want to get it. They want to put it out there that Allo is not a dual citizen. It should be like this and like that. Since a few weeks, Bama now is a passport expert. Because some guy told him that people in the Philippines, when they avail for dual citizenship, they need to be younger than 18 years old. And we have Roberto Dunn here in the panel or on the show itself. He was posting really good information about it. It takes you 10 or maybe 1 or 2 minutes to Google that and to find out that what he said is absolutely not true. But then,
why don't you file? Why don't you file charges?
I'm just saying.
Why don't you file charges? I'm serious. File charges.
The thing is this: what I want to do is that they will do what they said they will do. Because number one, they said we will dox you, we will put your informations all over the internet or all over Facebook. That's the one thing, because they did that with Popeye here. They published his picture, they published his address, they doxed him, they threatened him several times, and they said the next guy is Allo and it's John Doe. We want Allo and we want John Doe. Once I showed up in Cebu, and it's proven that I am in Cebu because I've uploaded all these videos that I am in Cebu, they said, "Hey, come over, let's have a beer, let's talk," and so on and so forth. So it's a little bit like they're a little bit, how should I say? A little bit nervous, all of a sudden everybody wants to invite you for a beer, wants to eat chicken wings with you, and so on and so forth. And, I am not the guy who is actively saying, "Let's go there, let's visit them, let's do this and that." No, it's the other way around. They said, "We will dox Allo, we will dox John Doe, we will dox
well, even
Popeye.
that, I mean,
we will go out." And I want
Philippine cyber law is a lot stricter than U.S. law. And you're a Philippine citizen. They can get the asses in so much trouble already. You really can. You should.
Wally, yeah, I know, Wally. This is the thing. I am not the guy who. That's what they always say. Allo is about to do this. Allo is about to do that. No, the only thing I did is I went there, drove by, saw the place, uploaded a video, and all hell broke loose. They went on the show and said, "Allo is here. Allo is doing this. Allo is with a couple of people. He is doing this. He's doing that." What Allo did is just he uploaded a few videos about PIGTOW, and they're the ones who are making the threats. They're the ones who tell their subs to go after me and after my family. And they did it with other people here as well. And now they're talking about, "We will find you, we will dox you." And I am just waiting for that one blog where he openly goes out there and says, "This is his name, this is the information that I get, this is the address." And Jay, 3 days ago, said on the live stream, on the shield, "We will come to your place and we will also do a blog." And I tell them, please do as you promised, please do that. That's what I'm, because they want to silence me, and that is the problem. They want to silence me, and I will keep doing what I am doing right now here on this show. Look at Popeye. They also thought that
were you driving?
They will do that.
Were you driving a beat up Honda?
No, because it's in Cebu.
I thought you drove a beat up Honda.
That's in
No, I
Manila.
didn't drive a beat up Honda.
No, it's
Because
a piece of shit
that's the
Honda. Get
point.
it right.
That's the point here, gentlemen, right? Because they actually thought that when we dox them, that's the strategy. When we dox these guys, they will just go away, they will be silenced. What happened to Popeye when they doxed him?
Am I
Was
silent? Am I
Did he run away?
Everybody knew who Popeye was. It was
Exactly.
who knew who I am. They knew who Popeye is. What's the big deal? So what? Were they going to go visit him down in Florida? They can't even afford to go down the street.
Oh, this is what he said.
And that's exactly the point.
Hold on. This is what he said. He said he was going to send his family to come visit me. So, I went down to Tarpon Springs. I bought a couple extra boxes of 40 cal ammunition.
Yeah.
Anybody
that bakes for $25 on YouTube has no friends.
And no.
I didn't say friends. He said his family was going to do that. I mean,
it has no family either. Come on, you got to say.
Hold on. Seriously, what were they going to do? What were they going to do? Attach the trailer to what?
I don't know, man.
I guess
to a mountain bike. To a mountain bike, Dave.
And they were going to run like the Flintstones with it.
I guess he was going to send Jeff
They will attach it to a fucking mountain bike.
Geraldine down here in the Model T,
Oh boy! And see, that's exactly the strategy that they blame us. They blame us for not giving out our information. But in the same time, they give us every reason not to do so. Why? Because they say, let's not go after John Doe or Popeye or Aloe. Let's go after their wives and their kids. And that's exactly the reason why. Because if I wouldn't be married, if I wouldn't have a kid, I would just fucking show you who I am. But since we are dealing with people who are exactly the way they said they are, that they want to go after kids and family, that's exactly the problem that we have here, because we have these kind of lowlifes who have criminal records in their home country, and their crowd refuses to see that. It's what they usually say is, it's none of your business if Bama is a criminal. It's none of your business if Jay doesn't pay his child support and beats up people every weekend in the Northern Territories or in Cairns or wherever. It's none of your business. He is a good guy. He is our friend. We support him, and that's how it is. We are here to keep talking about this. We will continue to do that, and we will not be intimidated by your threats of doxing. And yes, my name is Olaf.
I don't believe that for 1 minute. Olaf.
Who cares?
You don't look like a fucking snowman with buck teeth to me, man.
That's what he
Olaf,
said. That's what he said.
Donald. Who cares?
It's their logic, Wally. Their logic.
Hey, Will, tell that bitch be cool, man. What is all that noise back there? Is that a waitress?
No, no noise.
Just turn your mic down a little bit, man. You're coming in really loud and clear.
Somebody's making.
Is it better now?
Even a deaf motherfucker like me can hear you clearly.
And you are deaf.
What'd you say?
Not as deaf as the chair, but you're deaf.
Thank you.
Where are you, Bama? Where are you? You've got the link. You're unblocked. I made sure you're unblocked. Come on. You wanted to get on here and say something. Come on here. And let me tell you something. If you're streaming the show right now, when your show's over with, I'm going to file a copyright takedown, and they'll do it too. And then we'll see. See how long your little channel lasts.
I want everybody to clap the hands and call me Olaf. Olaf. Idiots, goddamn idiots.
Well, it doesn't matter, Aloe, here in Texas. I mean, if they want to come out after me and my family, they know who I am. I'm not hiding. You see my face. You come to Texas, and my daughter likes to carry her 9mm Glock, and I have my 40 Glock, and so you know, all my family's carrying, so include my sister and my cousins.
You know, when people always threaten and beat up their wives and girlfriends, they think that they can do the same with the guys outside of their life. They think that the domestic violence that they get away with inside the house is the same violence and behavior that they would get away with outside the house. I don't know how they do that over there in the States, but I tell you this, if you do that in the Philippines and you go to a wrong place in a bar, one day they will get you, because these guys out there, they don't think about the law. You know, they will just do it. And we have seen footage of what has happened to guys like Phil Prince, for instance, where they were like ganging up on him when he came out of the bar. First, there was one guy, 3 or 4 guys around him, and then they beat him and stabbed him to death. The same is true for the Major Anikov case. The guy was drunk, talked to the guys in the car. They came back. 3 or 4 guys chased him through the I think it was Das Marinas Village or Bel Air Park or something like that, and they also killed him. And you know, this guy here in Minganilla is no guy who is connected or anything like that, you know, because people like that, they don't live like this. Low lives and losers.
Well, Bama claims he has connection in the area where he's at, and you know, Jay better be careful next time he goes to his girlfriend's barangay. Her ex-girlfriend or ex-boyfriend is going to watch out for him the next time, and then he's going to have a group of his friends and pay him a visit. So don't be too cocky there, buddy. You're a midget, man. You know, you're only 5'4".
Oh, him.
Even the tallest Filipino.
With a sign around his neck. With a sign around his neck on TV patrol.
Exactly. With the bolo and it's stuck to his skull. Hey, before
But he would deserve it. He would absolutely deserve it.
Allo, let me. I was saying about Frank. He dared me to put out something, and since I got my source out there doing my job. I have a couple of things to say about that. By the way, Frank, I do know that back in 1993, in Washington State, you filed a Chapter 7, and to make it legitimate, the trustee was Nancy and the attorney was Randolph. And then again in 2002, same location in Washington, actually in Seattle, you filed another Chapter 7. And the trustee was Robert, and then attorney was John R. So, yeah. What are you going to say about that?
Who the fuck is jerking off their mic?
Wait, I'll open a Canada Dry for everybody, for our 80 people to listen. Here it is.
Sponsored by.
Hey, have you guys ever tried to get MGTOW Terry on the show?
Oh, he won't come on here.
He got me blocked.
He's got all of us blocked. He's got this channel blocked. He blocks anyone that even asks, why he's missing a tooth or 3 or 20.
But ask me for the reason why he got me blocked, because I pretty much know that in your case, maybe because you asked an uncomfortable question or you made a comment. In my case, because he heard me say on a live stream that if YouTube would allow, I would shit on a plate. A couple of days later, I saw in a live chat, on another live chat, he said, hey, there was a guy on there who said he would shit on a plate, ... I blocked him.
A lot of these guys are just complete fuckwits, man. It's crazy. Just like that guy the other night that got all mobilized against me when I was on there with a Mexican Jew. The guy was screaming at me and screaming at me and screaming at me until his wife came and took the mic away from him. Wah, 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 wah.
Yeah, I think I asked him on another show if his wife was a feminist, man, and he got irate, man, with me. So.
You motherfucker! I'll teach you. You come to Indiana, I'll put you in a coffin. Ting.
Yeah. Yeah,
Alo is now on the Facebook, according to Bama. Ed Lippert just told me, and I trust him. Just said Alo is now on Facebook. All his information is out there. What do you got out there? Is it Olaf Umali Meyer? Is that the name that he put out there? In living in Quezon City in White Plains. You hear it from my mouth now. Living in Quezon City in White Plains. Olaf Umali Meyer. Is that the name? Please go check it and confirm it. Fuck you. Now, a more serious question here, since we can't keep up with all this hate right now, right? I want to ask you, Mexican Jew, can you tell us a little bit something about your background? Because you seem to be one of the newer players in the community, because I have seen you comment first, but then you also went on different live streams. What brings you to the Philippines expat community? Can you tell us a little bit more about that?
Yeah, I just started following a lot of guys, man, before I made my trip to Cebu in October. So, I was following different vloggers for over a year, I'd say, but I would never comment like on these live streams or nothing. And then I just I don't know, I just saw a lot of bullshit that was going on, and fucking the lies that fucking toothless guy was fucking spewing out of his mouth all the time. And I was like, fuck that. I'll just I got my opinion, and and that's the way it goes, man. Anything else you needed to know?
When did you have your first encounter with these clowns? I mean, when did it turn to become a little bit hostile, because you also have a little bit of a reputation out there. That's one of the reasons why you are with us today. When did they start to attack you, to use that word?
They started to attack me. It was a little bit before that. I'm trying to think. I don't really remember, but I like the last show that I just went on. I was actually on the way back because I was at the VA hospital. I had like a little checkup, and then somebody had messaged me through Messenger. I guess that follows Bam or whatever, and he was like, "Hey, that guy said that he'll unblock you, and you could go on the show." I don't know what the fuck was going on, and then so. I just pulled over into a parking lot, you know what I mean? And then, was right there. And then, he threatened my life, saying he was going to stab me because I supposedly said something about his kids. But the only thing I called him was a deadbeat dad. You know what I mean? That had nothing
Kids that he never cared about.
Yeah.
The kids that he actually never cared about, yeah.
Yeah, the ones that he's going to pay for their college in the Philippines when they get there.
So let me ask you this, Mexican Jew: if you come out there on a live stream and you start talking like Bama has been talking, that how he's going to bring his kid to Philippines, how he's going to put her through school and make a nurse out of her, and all this good stuff, are you trying to say to me that, or is Bama trying to say that you have no right to make a comment on that? And one that's respectful on top of it?
Yeah, I guess. Apparently
so,
to him.
So is he trying to silence your freedom of speech? Is that what he's doing, maybe?
Yeah, I guess so. I mean, I don't know if he's a communist, but apparently.
I mean, I just heard you say you're going to go to the VA, you're doing this, you're doing that. So you're a veteran. You fought for your country. You believe in freedom of speech. Am I not correct in that?
Of course. You're correct.
All right. And so he wants to shut your freedom of speech down, just like his block list is as long as a New York street. Am I not correct in that?
Yeah, you're correct.
That's quite interesting. A guy that makes no fucking money, never really held a fucking job, hasn't got a tooth in his fucking head, owns no property. Jesus Christ, I think he should run down to Venezuela or Cuba, and I think he'd be a lot happier. What do you think?
Oh man, he should come out here to Skid Row in LA, man. He'd fit right in, man. He'd fit right in.
Well, I mean, personally, I really stopped watching his show because I get this fucking wicked migraine, man, and I have to take some Advil or some ibuprofen, and it's just hard to follow, you know. And every 5 minutes, he puts out a comment that's gonna come back and bite him on the ass, and he doesn't realize it, you know. And I've heard all these bloggers say, these live streamers say, they got together and they had a little cry fest at the beginning of this 8-day live stream. And the main one on there was Santai 7, okay? The cuck who likes to pimp out his girlfriend on live cam, the high boy girl.
Your sister.
And what's really fucking funny.
She said about we want to come over because Hunter's leaving.
Where's he going?
And what's really funny is that this cuck is like saying, well, they shouldn't be talking about us like that. They shouldn't be commenting on. You're only seeing a little window into our life, and you have no right to say anything. I mean, and this guy, oh dude, he portrayed himself as a gangster. He said he was an OG in LA, and he knows how to throw down. And then we all found his blogs from 1989, where he's clean cut, fresh out of high school, living in his mom's house, playing with Dungeon and Dragon toys. All right? So, what do you think of this going to Philippines thing, Mexican Jew, and reinventing yourself? What do you think of that?
Well, I will say about Sentai 7, man, is I've actually met the guy before when I was in Cebu, and he's a good. I mean, I never got many bad vibes from him. You know, he's a cool dude. I mean, I don't have any bone to pick with him. My thing is just with the guys like Bama, man, that have never fucking worked and who are just fucking mooching off people. I mean, Sentai 7, I mean, from what I get from I know he's at least worked, and he's, you know, held a fucking job while he was in the States, and you know. Yeah. But with Bama, it's usually the guys like you know, Bama.
Mexican Jew, you can't call yourself working in the United States if you're at his age, his young age. He got fired from his job and decided to, you know, sell all this, you know, personal stuff and then move to the Philippines. You can't call that having a job or having a career. He never had anything substantial. Just like Bama. I mean, you can't say that you're a bouncer and you were a cook in a Waffle House. That's not a career.
You mean janitor in the mall? All right, get it straight, man. He was a janitor in the mall. Okay.
I asked him about the janitor thing, and he said, "Oh, that's not fucking true."
Dude, any fucking dipshit could big that up on My Life. Just go to My Life and put his name. It's right fucking there, man.
Yeah.
I mean, he's left his record tracks all over the internet. You just got what, Ella?
I just got the information that Bama is trying to get on the live stream here, but he can't because somebody got him blocked or some shit like that. Should be funny to have him on.
How is nobody should have him blocked, and even if he's blocked, they just wouldn't be able to talk to him. I don't think.
Yeah,
don't have him
if
blocked.
you block someone, you can't be on the same stream
I don't
and
have
see
him
that
blocked.
person's comments.
Well, I ain't got him blocked, you know.
Well, he has me blocked. He's too scared to confront me, just like
If
Frank.
he has you blocked, he's got to unblock you so he can get on here.
Right. He's too chicken.
He's not coming on here. He's full of shit. He was going to come on here and run his mouth. I'm looking right now. He's not banned on this channel.
That guy's full of shit, man. That guy was never a fucking bouncer, man. Come on, man.
A bouncer?
That guy was never a fucking bouncer, man. He's a tweaker, man. You could only tell he's a fucking tweaker, man.
Oh yeah, that's right. He just one of his little cuck snowflake wrench holders blocked Riff Raff Radio over there. That might be part of the problem. You got to unblock him.
Yeah, it's the usual guys, you know, the Sheeny and the Ready.
Yeah. I've seen these motherfuckers say they want to come on, and then they say all of a sudden, "Well, I'm blocked, I can't get on." You know, that was a great BAE tactic.
Whatever happened to BAE and him, man? They were buddies, man, and now it's like nothing.
I guess Bama stopped sucking his dick. You know what I mean?
Oh, boy.
You know,
BAE decided to go from field nigger to house nigger. That's why he's in his house all the time.
Oh shit!
Jesus Christ, who couldn't resist that toothless mouth of his? You know, you just want to mount it, okay? You know?
Well, I do remember that BAE had was on one of his live streams that he was saying how he was glad that somebody had gotten out of his apartment, and that was around the same time, I believe. More right after that left, man. So I don't know if that had anything to do with it.
Yeah. Well, he's made enough babies, Mexican Jew, in the little shithole that he's living. So the rumor has it that he's going to run off to Colombia now and see if he can make some more babies. You know?
Oh yeah, he's gonna find women over there 10 times better than that Rose is. So I mean, he's not fooling nobody. I mean, he's gonna go out there and party.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm gonna get off
I'm
of my tablet. I'm sorry, I'm gonna get off on my tablet right now. I gotta switch devices. But my battery's about to run out.
Sure, no problem.
All right.
Do you need to climb over a wall to change your devices, or it's just in the same house? That's why until he comes back. No, but that's what you guys do, right? I mean, that's what you guys do. You let guys like him climb over a wall. I just don't really know what side, but I just ask him afterwards.
Well, you know what? I'm going to leave that alone because there's so much I can say. I don't want to get in trouble. You asshole, Al.
I'm sure he didn't hear it.
Yeah. Hey, Mexican Jew, Aloe wants to know, did you have to climb over a wall to change that device?
Nah, man. Nah.
You didn't have to swim.
It's all just banter, right? It's all just banter.
No, I'm second generation born here, man. So none of that.
Okay, so you're not afraid of ICE, right? You don't want ICE abolished, do you?
Oh no, of course not, man. Fucking illegal immigration, man. Fucking is destroying California, man. I'll tell you that.
I didn't know there was anything left of California to destroy, to tell you the truth.
Yeah.
Where are you at, Bama? What do you made this big stick? You had your little butt buddy Andrew B, aka Fat Andy or whatever his name was, coming there and harass me for 20 minutes about coming on the show, and now you're not even doing it. What's up?
So, Aloe, you want to give us your address, man? I want to come visit you. I have a pizza for you.
Wait a second, because he actually also put it out. Then I can just as well read it out loud. This came in. He published this on his Facebook. This is Aloe Winter for those of you that he has harassed. There, yeah, as promised. Okay. His real name is Olaf. Nickname is Aloe from his real name Olaf. He holds dual citizenship, Switzerland and Philippines. On his mother's side, she is a niece of former Nueva Ecija Governor Umali. Therefore, on his mother's side, he is an Umali, and Umali is Nueva Ecija royalty. The reason he grew up in Switzerland is because the family decided to relocate there with his father. A Swiss, he has a place in Manila, and it's White Plains subdivision in Quezon City. 3 years ago, he was involved in a car accident. I don't know if someone died, but he was never prosecuted because being an Umali. This is the entry that he just put out on his Facebook account for everybody to read. So you can just, if you are friends with Bama on Facebook, you just go over there and then you read it. I have also published it over on Discord. There's really nothing that I am afraid of or intimidated or anything like that. We won't back down. It will be what I call the Popeye effect or the spinach effect. What do I mean by that? The spinach effect is that after you get doxxed, that you still continue to do what you love to do, and that is doing Riff Raff Radio. That's the spinach effect. Does that make sense to you, Popeye?
Oh, that makes perfect sense. Just catch my new blog, Competition 4. You'll see, let me see, the Donut Man in action. You'll see the Hobgoblin in action. And I did a little number on Says Styles. I hope he enjoyed it too. And
I will.
Of course, this is all in fun. Spoofing, as you all know, I spoofed ourselves. I spoofed myself, Aloe, Dave, John Doe, and just to let everybody know, we can take a joke. I mean, we really can. And I gave an honorable mention to Ed Lippett. Love the guy. He's awesome. You know, I really enjoyed his stories on Quentin Blue the other day. That was awesome. And no, they're not going to shut me up. They could suck my dick. They could lick the sweat off my balls. You know, they could pick the fucking dingleberries out of my ass and chew on them and use them for fillings for their rotten teeth. You know.
Hey, Popeye, do I have to lick your balls so I can get spoofed too? I feel left out.
Oh, next one, Boats. I will give you an honorable mention, man. All right.
Hey,
got it, man.
Hey, Ado, so you're royalty, man. Congrats, man. Shit.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. I think he means. I think he means. What he means is. It's not in that sense. I think when you read the post, it's kind of like means like Wayne Gretzky is ice hockey royalty. So somehow like that. That's as far as I can understand. But I don't really give a shit. Talking about Bama, I was told again that Bama is still trying really hard to get on this panel, but still claims that somebody has him blocked. Somebody here on the panel, which I find is or might be an alibi or a lame excuse. But we got Graham here, who gave those boys over there some great fatherly advice. Graham, what do you think about all this?
Well, actually, I want to have a chat to Popeye for a minute, if I can.
Okay, go ahead.
How you doing, big fella?
I'm doing fine. How about yourself there, mate?
I'm going to assume that you're living in a house. Is that right?
Do I live in a house?
Yes.
Yeah, I live in a house.
Who built that house?
The house that I live in?
Yes.
I bought it. I didn't build it with my own hands. Why?
Well, somebody built it. Is that right?
Somebody built it, yeah.
You made a comment a little while ago to Mexican Jew about how he was an enlisted man.
How he
And
was
that-
what?
About how he was an enlisted man, so therefore he had a right to speak about freedom of speech.
Yeah, talking about American Constitution, yeah.
What about the men that built your house? Do they have a right to freedom of speech?
Sure, why not?
So why is it that enlisted men have a special right to speak about freedom of speech?
Never said that. You're putting words in my mouth.
No, that's what you said. It's not what I said.
I never said enlisted men have a special right. I never said those words.
You said that he served and therefore he has a right. And I'm suggesting that everyone who works for a living has a right.
Yeah. Everyone who does work for a living has the right. Freedom of speech. In America, that's under our Constitution.
Well, never mind about America. I'm talking about the free world. And in the free world...
there is no free world.
Well, there is a free world.
I beg to differ. That's where we differ. There's no free world. Trust me on that.
You can differ all you like. The fact is that ordinary people have a right.
I never said ordinary people don't have a right.
Let me tell you something, sir. I take extreme offence to what you said earlier.
Hold on a second, guys. Graham, can you explain, because before you answer Popeye, you take extreme offense in the words of Popeye. Can you break it down and make it simple? Like, what did Popeye say according to you before he answers that? Because I'm a little bit confused right now. Please explain.
It's very, very simple. What I'm talking about is that the world, particularly the free world, is made up of many, many different people. Some of which certainly serve, but not all. The fact is that whether you serve or not does not negate your rights to freedom of speech.
That's not what I'm saying at all.
Let me finish, please.
I think you misunderstood what I was saying.
Let me finish, please.
Let him finish.
The people that serve certainly have a right. Absolutely, they have a right. But because you don't serve does not negate your right. Okay? The people that toiled to build that house that you live in have a right. And I'm saying that because I'm one of those people that build those houses. I'm one of those people that toil. I'm one of those people that work every day so that somebody else has a house to live in. And when people that serve feel that they have special rights, I've got to say I take extreme offence to that, because we get up at 4 and 5 a.m. every day and we go off and we do what we have to do, and at the end of the day we come home and we take our meagre living. Do you understand what I'm saying, sir?
Okay, yes, I do, and I agree with you. Now, let me tell you the point I was trying to get across. Okay, yes, I did note that the Mexican Jew said, yes, I did say he has the right to freedom of speech, and I meant that under the U.S. Constitution here in the United States. And the point I was trying to get across was that Bama is trying to shut down his freedom of speech when Mexican Jew was being respectful with his question. Okay? I'm not saying that Bama doesn't have the right to freedom of speech. He certainly does. And everybody does. here in America under the Constitution. I don't speak for other countries, number one. All right. And number two, here in America, that's the way it rolls. Okay. And if you come out with your freedom of speech, whatever you have to say with that freedom of speech, you will pay a price or get a pushback on from other people. Now, when you say that people who are building houses and working hard, I have just as much respect for them. So I feel you misunderstood what I was saying.
Well, if you're talking about Bama, I couldn't give two shits about Bama. and to be fair, I've no respect for his right to a freedom of speech in that he's not a contributing member of society. What I'm suggesting is that anybody who is a contributing member of society, and I don't care what country you come from, but anybody that contributes has a right. And if you don't contribute, then I don't deliver any rights to you whatsoever.
So you feel if you're not a contributing member to society, you don't have a right to freedom of speech?
Absolutely.
Okay. I have to disagree with that a little bit. If Bama was here on American soil, he would absolutely have the right under our Constitution for freedom of speech, and I could not stop him, and I could not really come out and validate and say that he has no right to freedom of speech. But what I can say for a guy who has not contributed to society, they got some balls coming out using freedom of speech when others are paying for them. Okay, I can say that.
Oh, of course. But there's no way in the world that I'm ever going to defend anybody who doesn't contribute to society. What I am saying is that there are many, many people that contribute in a number of ways, and it doesn't necessarily get back to military service.
Mm-hmm. I think maybe you got a little bit upset because I was saying that you thought I was conjoining his military service with freedom of speech. Am I correct in that?
You are correct.
Okay, I really wasn't doing that, and if I made it sound like that, I apologize. That's not the way I think.
All right, let the party continue.
All right, carry on smartly. Good conversation. I appreciate it, Grammy.
For fuck's sake, will you people stop calling me Grammy? Jesus Christ.
We didn't start it, man. Bama started it.
For fuck. Never mind.
Okay. I'm sorry, Graham.
Fuck.
A little hot-tempered there, are we?
Yeah, that's good, That's what you need to do a Mexican chili, right?
I was called Roberta, and I don't scream out saying, fuck, my name is Roberto. They're Roberta.
I can't call you Roberta because every time I do Roberto, I get a little horny. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Okay, Deck Monkey.
Thank you, Deck Ape. Oh.
I just popped in. I want to tell Owl, if that is really you, you need some sun, my man. A goddamn Filipino white man. You're Filipino, you're supposed to have a little dark pigment in you. You gotta go out.
I look like Black American expat. I just have more curly hairs than he has.
Oh, jeez. I think you look better from behind. Turn around, bend down, and get checked.
When somebody claims to be the number one, should he not have at least like 60-70% of the viewers that are now over here, because I'm one of the guys who also watch the other channel right now, and I am sure that a couple of you guys in the live chat also do the same. So once you claim that you are the number one, you should at least have the same number of listeners, because we are live the same time. So the Joker has to do a lot more to take over Gotham City, right?
All he do is
Goddamn clowns.
He streamed half of this show, I think, for his listening audience. He didn't want to lose them.
He will be streaming for the next few days, I guess, until there is a brownout and the internet goes down. Then the whole Guinness World Record thing is just gone, you know. But at least he tries.
It never started, really. If it has to be recognized by Guinness, and Guinness has somebody overseeing it all the time. So the minute he walked away from that microphone for more than a half hour, it was finished.
Does actually anyone know if he sleeps and eats and takes a shower during these live streams? Because it has been on now for like a day or so. I'm not really sure. Does anyone know?
He was sleeping for 8 hours, I heard. He went to bed for 8 hours. It was just
okay, yeah.
All you could see was his books.
So
Where's
the rest of? Where's the rest of the panel? Where did you guys go?
I'm here.
If somebody has no idea about who Bama is, Mexican Joe, what would you tell him?
What would I say about Bama? He's just a toothless, deadbeat dad, man. He's
reincarnated.
He's just a guy who's never fucking earned a fucking dime in his life, man.
An honest dime.
Yeah, an honest dime.
What would you say, John? Are you done already, my Mexican Joe, or still something you want to say about our good friend over in Minganilia?
No, it's just a toothless, deadbeat bum, man. That hasn't worked a fucking day in his life, and pretty much sums up his life, man. Because I even had asked him one time what his accomplishments were, and one of his accomplishments, he said, that was being born was his accomplishment.
Yeah. I don't know what to say about that.
Pretty amazing.
John. Yes. What can be said about Barry Bummer? What the fuck? It hasn't been said.
Oh my God, what the heck was that?
Drive by.
Somebody flushed himself down the toilet.
That was my security patrolling the neighborhood, man.
Oh, John, your house looks really nice. He did show that. He said it's your house.
He said what?
He showed a picture of a house, and he said that's where John Doe lived.
Okay.
Housing complex.
John Doe lives at the how you call that? Madison Square Garden. That's where the New York Knicks are.
Doesn't he wish he could live anywhere near Madison Square Garden? Anywhere near it. A property there, my goodness.
Not SSD, not SSI, SSD. Social Security Disability. And I hold up here for fucking imbeciles over there. Want to see it? There it is. Social Security Disability. I'll work. My ass off.
So, John Doe, you better watch yourself when you go outside. You probably have your feet on stationed outside that building ready to take your picture.
I like it how he's streaming this on his show, and then he's trying to explain to his audience what we're talking about. So he's like, "Yeah, motherfuckers, I worked for 10 years. That's why I got my SSD, not my SSDI." Hey, well, if you're listening, Bama, what about all the child support that you did not pay since you've been working? You know, by law, if you, especially in the United States, if you have kids and you guys divorce, you have to pay child support. And you didn't pay 1 cent, so that makes you a deadbeat dad. Giving your daughter a dollar here, dollar here, does not make you a good father. It makes you a deadbeat dad.
He don't even give that though, man. He don't give his daughter a fucking nickel, man.
But just me up Obama, the way he's sitting there threatening everybody, come over here, I'll take care of you. Like you go over there, one hit to the back. If he got SSD for as bad as his back is, hit him in his back one time, he's going to be a cripple. What is he saying? He's going to take on you guys just like that? Jesus. Kick him in the back one time, he'd be finished.
Yeah. I can't wait till I meet the guy in Cebu, man. I know he threatened my life and everything, but I'll be in Cebu, man. I can't wait till I meet the guy, man, in person.
I wouldn't waste my time on the guy.
Oh, I wouldn't waste my time either, man. He's a fucking bum, man. But you never know. I could just be walking around and run into him. But
You'd have to pay for his transportation to meet you.
Yeah. Like when Popeye ever gets over here, I am going to go to Olangopo meet him because he's going to have a Captain Mask or something before the end of it. So,
come on, Ed. I've been a good squid, man. I've been a good squid.
So we'll figure something out in the meantime.
I'll take you up to the. What do they call it there? The Midnight Rambler. And back in the day, they used to have a monkey in the tree in the middle of the bar to a chain, and I'll introduce you to him.
Okay. I was good friends with the monkey outside, where, down in Angeles.
And he does have teeth, by the way. Okay, so be careful.
I'll let him get the grease on my hair. Catch the grease out of my skull.
Does John Doe have Bama blocked?
No, I don't. I'll drop.
So.
I'll drop off, so that'll so you won't have that excuse.
I'll drop
off.
Okay. Let me drop off.
Fine. You can always come back if he doesn't come on, which he won't.
Even fucking people that have Down syndrome fucking work at Walmart,
man. I was over at the Publix the other day, and I got all my groceries on the conveyor belt, and the guy at the end of the conveyor belt said to me, "Sir, would you like plastic or paper?" And I said, "Plastic's fine." And "Okay, sir, thank you for coming to Publix." And I'm like, "Yeah, you're quite welcome, dude."
Holy shit! Did he have a green screen?
Oh shit!
And then when all my shit was bagged out and I paid with my own fucking money, not other people's money, I said, "Sir, would you like me to see you out in the parking lot and take care of your groceries for you?" I said, "There may be a little snow on the roof, but I can still handle it. Thank you, bro." Carry on smartly. And Publix hires people like this with all kinds of different handicaps. They're a great organization. And today, I was watching the news before the show, and they were saying how they can't get people into jobs fast enough. There's more jobs now in America than there are people. And I'm like, fuck, that's amazing. That's fucking great news, you know? So I say to people like Bama, Santai 7, come on home. We have a job for you. You can work 8 hours a day, bro. I mean, you can earn that cash honestly, you know? Bring it on in. Come back to America. Vlog it. Coming to America, okay? And you can stand at the end of the conveyor belt and say, "Hey, would you like plastic or paper? Yeah. Do you want to give to the Jimmy Fund? Huh?" And hey, it's an easy fucking job. You'll make minimum wage. It's fucking great, you know? You know, you could do it if you could sit there and do an 8-hour live stream for 8 days. Fuck, I don't see why you can't stand at the end of a conveyor belt, put some fucking groceries in a bag. Even fucking, fuck, even Aloe could do that.
You really had to say that, you piece of shit.
Thank you, brother, Red. I've already had one fight with Graham, so might as well fucking pick on you a little bit, man. But that was a good
but you're
conversation.
absolutely, you're right about that. You're right about that. When somebody always threatens people, I will do this, I will do that, I'm trying to break the world record in live streaming. That alone already cracks me up. You like the world record in live streaming. Then you can do a job. Then you can work somewhere. Then you can do something, you know, because when you can walk around, you can sit in front of a PC and computer, you can party, and you can travel from one place to another, and you can make threats, physical threats. Then I believe that you are able to work somewhere somehow and change your life and not be the freeloader that he has been all his life. And I believe he will continue to be that freeloader. What is more interesting to me is the fact that people somehow still support these guys, and I do not know if that has something to do with their own past, with their own personality, if they also have something to hide, if they're also criminals, if they're also guys who beat their wives or never cared for their children, and therefore think that I need to somehow support this guy because he is one of us. Because, yeah, there is a truth in the saying that people often say that these days, when it comes to these guys, birds with the same feather flock together. And it's absolutely true because, you know, the difference between us and them couldn't be any bigger, you know. Here you get the guys who are criminals, and then on the other side you have other guys who actually work for a living. They support their family, and they provide. They are providers. They take over responsibilities in life, and I believe that that is something that is very valuable, and it's also something that gives you to some extent, some bragging rights. You know, because when you look at these guys, all freeloaders, they can't even afford to buy themselves a notebook. And that says a lot about these guys, you know. I mean, it's just and you know, if I were them, I would just go away, you know, just go away, get a job, do something for your kids.
You know, it's funny you bring up the notebook. Somebody offered him a refurbished notebook, and he come right out on live stream and said, "Nah, I don't want that fucking shit. I want fucking brand new." I mean, oh my fucking God. I could not believe he did that shit. That's fucking, I mean, I've never seen huevos on a guy so big in all my life. Man. I'm telling you, man, this guy's got balls bigger than a fucking brass monkey, man. It's fucking.
That's how you know he's been doing it for a while too, man. That's how you know he's been doing this bullshit way before the Philippines. Imagine his own fucking family won't fucking lend him a dime. So that fucking tells you everything right there, man. If your own fucking family won't lend you a dime, yeah, man, it's.
Yeah, that's the same family he claims who will come over to Popeye's place, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
How long has it been? How many weeks? And I'm still waiting. I mean, what did they do? Are they on their way by mule? Did they mount a mule, and are they on their way? What? Help me out here.
I'd like to see his family, man. I bet you they're a bunch of fuck ups too, man. Just to look, I bet, man.
Which one? I can name them all and phone numbers and address.
Yeah, put it on fucking Riff Raff Radio and Facebook. Lots of good information over there, just in case you haven't checked it out yet. Riffity Raffity Facebook page, the official Facebook page of Riff Raff Radio. Lots of good pictures and information about their criminal records, including Jay and a couple of other guys. That's the real information right there.
Well, someone should give Jamie, his ex-wife, a phone call and ask her if he's paid any child support at all. That would be interesting.
No, a guy like this doesn't pay his child support. That's what he said. And when he said that he just said something about his wife and it was just all a ploy. That's also not true, because that was meant only for friends and family over on Facebook. It was never meant to be published. And that's a little bit of a problem. Every time he says something, then he didn't mean it like that. It's just because we wanted to get under your skin. He has no idea what that means, getting under somebody's skin. We are doing it right here on Riff Raff Radio, and that's exactly why you are here on the #1 show in the Philippines YouTube community. And you know it, the guys who love us, good, and the guys who hate us, even better. We are #1. We will stay #1, and there is nothing you can do about it. You can dox us. You can publish any picture you want. You can give everybody the address. You can publish it on Twitter, Instagram. You can even put it on fucking OLX, anything goes. But I just don't really care, That's exactly why we are here, and we love what we are doing, and it's just absolutely great. Every Saturday they are scared because they know the Riff Raff boys are all going online. The Riff Raff boys will be online 10 p.m. and they are like going around in their small houses, really scared. And oh no, it's Dave playing the rock music, and they will talk about me tonight, and nervous, scared, intimidated, and that's exactly how we want it to be, and that's exactly what we continue to do, and that's why Riff Raff Radio is so fucking popular and is so great.
I'll watch if he actually stays online for 8 days straight, doesn't wash, and shits and pisses in a box on camera. Then I'll watch. That would be interesting. Just sitting there with a poop face going, because he's constipated, sweat beads coming off his head, knees buckling, feet shaking. Just look at my feet.
And one eye pops out of his face.
Shit. Well, Alo, man, Bummer, man, he did choose to be poor. He said.
Yeah, right.
He said he grew up in.
That is actually a key word there, because I was thinking about this when I was going around this afternoon. There are a couple of guys out there. They are kind of pretending that they're some sort of big shots like Chicago Trader and so on. And when you criticize them, look, are you really a winner because you go on a vacation? You are like 60 plus. You say that you earned it. You say that you made good money. And do you really go on a vacation and you go eat at Dunkin' Donuts and you stay in cheap apartments and you let your wife cook for you? Because when somebody criticizes you for that, you would say, hey, that's just a clever way. I'm making a good deal. I'm looking for a good deal for hotels and apartments. There's nothing wrong with that. Okay, yeah, absolutely no problem. I have no problem with that. Who am I to judge? But when you come off as this, I'm the expert. I'm super successful. My life story is basically, a Wall Street movie. Then you come to the Philippines and you ride around in a tricycle and you make fun of others. Really? Question mark, question mark, question mark. Do you really think that you are a winner, or do you really believe that somebody out there really still respects you? And the good thing about this is that the community realized what we are dealing with here is absolute fraud who just spreads lies and rumors and works in the background to for his own gain, for his own personal gains, and that's just absolutely disgusting.
So, Aloe, are you
Sometimes.
saying this guy is the Gordon Gecko of the Philippines?
Yes, exactly. Gordon Gecko is exactly that. It is that movie with Michael Douglas. That's exactly what I meant. It's like the fucking Gordon Gecko of the Philippines expat community. And he screams. The guy screens every fucking vlog, and he tries to say something bad about everybody. He tries to put down people when they wear long pants. Then it's not okay. When they buy a car, then it's also not okay. When they stay in good hotels, then it's a waste of money. He is the only guy who knows exactly what is good, what is bad, and what the Philippines is all about. He is the same guy, Roberto, who told you that you are not a Filipino, who defined your ethnic background. I mean, the guy is an expert on everything, on absolutely everything. And those kind of guys will really be in for a rough ride over in the Philippines once they are Philippines bound, right? Terrible, terrible people.
Are we talking about the guy that's married to the old woman?
Washwoman, you mean?
Oh, washwoman. Oh yeah, that guy.
Yeah, exactly that guy. Oh, there are more guys than just him. There are a lot of guys like him.
Yeah, he don't like me either. He blocked me before. I don't know why, but I forget what it was for.
Because you didn't say your channel is great and you figured it all out. And you're a great guy. You're a hero. You are my hero. You are better than everybody else. And you wear shorts in the Philippines, so you must be a winner, right? And you look hot. You're a cat. You're a pretty boy, right? You're a pretty boy. You look really good. You don't look like fucking.
Yeah, if you don't rub his balls, Mexican Jew, you're gonna get blocked. Okay, so you gotta go over there and verbally rub his balls, man.
So,
and I don't think you're the kind of guy that wants to do that.
Nah.
Are you saying we should change his name to Mr. Philippines? Just call him Mr. Philippines from now on, because he knows more about it than even the locals.
Yeah, I would say that would be a good new name for him, Mr. Philippines.
Mr. Philippines. You hear that? You can change the name of your channel now. Hillary's Cankles. All right, we are at 11:56 and counting. Why don't we throw out some last words, since our favorite person isn't coming on the show. He's expended every excuse in the book about not coming on, and he never made it on. Why don't everybody talk at once? Fuck, man, this is one of those nights where it's like pulling teeth to get people to talk. Popeye, why don't you start?
All right, you fucking idiots. Good show, and I enjoyed all the conversation. Suck my dick, Bama. Lick the sweat off my nuts. You're a piece of shit. You're a deadbeat fucking dad. You're a fucking cunny. You're a cuck. You're a fucking criminal. Yeah, and it's all proven. None of it's conjecture. Okay? Get used to the criticism. Welcome to YouTube. And just get used to your ass bleeding, because people are going to keep coming. They're going to keep criticizing. And get a fucking tampon. Fucking block it up. Plug it up. whatever. Fucking man up. Find your man card. Quit being a little scuzzball. And actually, please put some real content into your show besides threats and doxing and all your other criminal activity. It would be appreciated. And I want to thank everybody on the panel here today. It was a fucking awesome show. I enjoyed it. And Popeye the fuck out, man.
No, you can't just leave. The new tradition is you gotta pick a random person and hand it off to them for final words.
Talk to me, Mexican Jew. Talk to me, man.
All right, man. Yeah, man. First off, man, thank you guys for having me. I mean, thank you guys for having me on the show. And yeah, just the Bama, man. Just you're a fucking dirtbag, bro. Deadbeat dad. You're fucking toothless, and you should be back in the fucking States. And I'm gonna keep on fucking bashing you and speaking out against you, man, because you're fucking bunch of fucking bullshit, man. And maybe sometime, man, we could meet in Cebu, man. You let me know, huh? And again, just thank you guys for letting me on the show, man. Thank you.
All right, Roberto, how about you?
I guess I gotta suck Popeye's balls because I was left out from one of his spoof.
Don't get butthurt now. I'll hook you. Don't worry.
I am Popeye. I am butthurt. Okay, I admit it. He puts Ed in front of me, of all people. Ed in front of me. I'm crying. I was crying all night. When you put that out, I was crying. Yeah. Well, you know what? I found a new play toy, and his name is Frank, the old man. Chicken shit blocks me from his show because he doesn't like what I have to say about him. So if you guys, I'll have it on Riffity Raffity, all of his information. You guys can go there and take a look at. You can even probably call any of his family members. It's going to be on there too. Same with Barry. I'll have a list of his ex-wife, who's not Jordan anymore. It's Harris, and she's out of Tennessee. And you guys can call her and ask her, what type of guy he is. If he beats her too. So, the truth's gonna come out eventually. Other than that, love Riff Raff Radio, and I'll see you guys next week.
Okay, I'm looking at a blurry ass screen. Who else do we got on here? Well, I know we got Aloe on here. Aloe, why don't you go next, please?
Thanks for having me on the panel, and we will continue to do what we do. And doxing or not, this won't change anything to the fanboys out there, Bama fanboys. The year is still very, very long, and I look forward to a lot more drama. And yeah, that's about it. Thank you very much.
We still got Grammy here. So what do you have to say before we go?
Well, thank you guys for the opportunity.
Yay!
But I think what I've proved about Riff Raff Radio is that you can have an opinion, and if it doesn't align, it's okay. It's fine.
Fuck her off, Grammy.
Oh, it's absolutely right.
And we can have a discussion, and it doesn't need to get onto the hate. It doesn't need to get onto the hate at all. If you're cordial with each other.
Well said.
Fair enough. Yeah, absolutely. Except
Let's
for
meet
Professor
at 7.
I'm sorry.
Let's meet at 7-Eleven or Jollibee in Minganilla. See you guys in an hour. Everybody go to Minganilla. Get your tricycles, scooters, inline blades.
Is the chicken on you,
Rollerblades.
Alan?
Skateboard.
Chicken is on me. Skateboards, everything. Boats, swim there. We are ready, baby.
Look at that. We never went below 70. We started off at about 20 and escalated quickly. We hit almost 100 this time. Of course, we're splitting the views. Somebody's Ross Perotting us right now, so but that's fine. And then next week we'll be up in the 120s, 130s, I predict. But we'll see. Thanks everybody for showing up. I can't think of anything else to add to this wonderful panel that we had. We had several people on tonight that we haven't heard from for a while. It's good to have everybody on here again. We were hoping to get Bam on here, but apparently he had to go in the other room. He doesn't like my poop in the box idea. It's fine. It's fine.
Babe, I gotta poop.
Yep. Bread makes me poop. All right. Thanks again. This is the end of the show, guys. So you should probably go do something else, like I don't know, not flag videos. Stomp. Okay. Talk to you later.
Smoke ribs.
Yeah.